Hey, folks, and welcome back once again to Broke TV 123. I am your host, Ron, and today I'm going to be showing you old uh, trading card collection. Um, Baseball, basketball, might be some football in there too. So sit back, relax, and watch this. So I have been collecting this dirt and all since Um, wow, since I was a teenager. Okay, I'm 47 now. So, um, anyway, so we're going to start off with old Kmart baseball superstars photo cards, collector's edition, 1990. That's what it is. It's tops also. Now, when this first came out, um, in fact, probably until now, um, it's not very valuable. It might be to the owner, but it's as far as I know, is not very valuable. Um, but and I'm going to say probably because it says Kmart on it. Now, if you grew up in the 80s and 90s or whatever, um, then you know that Kmart got a really bad rap. Um, if you um, bought anything from Kmart, you were poor. That was basically the saying back then. Like your mom's so poor she shops at Kmart. So anyway, but uh, but we did. I'm not afraid to say it. We did. We weren't poor though, but we weren't rich either. Anyway, so yeah, this is the box. It's not torn. It's just broke down, I guess you could say. Let's see what we got. Mark Davis, pitcher for the Padres. I'll let you just read the stats on there. But and now, by the way, these are all mint condition. It doesn't really help the value on these though. Like I said, because they're Kmart brand. So I mean, literally, you can go on eBay. I think you can buy this whole pack for maybe around $10. Anyway, Chuck Finley, pitcher for the Angels. Now, I do not collect cards, trading cards anymore. I haven't collected them for probably 20 years or more. Um, why? I don't know. It was something that I did when I was young. Let's just put it that way. Used to go to all the games and all that. Tony La Russa and Roger Craig. I mean, these are still cool though. Let's see what else we got. Ozzie Smith, shortstop for the Cardinals. I just wonder if any of these people are even still alive. Might be. Really old. Howard Johnson, like the hotel. Third base for the Mets. I wonder if I had like all these autographed, if they would even still be worth anything. Fred McGriff, first base, Blue Jays. All right. Glenn Davis. First base for the Astros. Sorry, bear with me. Kevin Mitchell. Outfield for the Giants. Julio Franco. Second base for Rangers. I can't believe I've kept these as long as I have. Joe McCrane, pitcher for the Cardinals. Mickey Tillington, or Tettleton, excuse me, the catcher for the Orioles. But if you ask me, be like, "Hey man, how's your knees?" I'd probably be like, "Yeah, they're shot." Sid Fernandez, pitcher for the Mets. Jeff Ballard, pitcher for the Orioles. Let me get these out. Jerome Walton, outfield for the Cubs. And it's pretty cool to like read up on them too, like how they're, what they were, how they did and everything. Mike Scott, pitcher for the Astros. All right. Wow. Brett Saberhagen, pitcher for the Royals. Yeah, I'll show you that later. Jay Howell, pitcher for the Dodgers. Yeah, I just wonder, like, where, you know, where all these people are. I often wonder that. Was different, you know, celebrities, actors, whatever. Ryan Sandberg, second base, Cubs. Pedro Guerrero, first base, Cardinals. By the way, I could have kept going in baseball. When I was younger, I went all the way up to, I stopped right before Pony League. Don Mattingly, first base of Yankees. Yeah, I kind of wish that I would have kept going, but then again, like at that time, I was a runt. Doc Gooden, pitcher for the Mets, and and I I would often get hurt a lot, and my body just couldn't take it. Craig, wow, what a last name. Biggio, catcher for the Astros. Or is it Biggio? Dennis Eckersley. Eckersley, pitcher for the Athletics. I actually got to play in an All-Star game when I was younger. Played for Exxon gas station, and we were champions. We were number one. Dan Plesic, pitcher Brewers. Nolan Ryan. Now everybody knows who Nolan Ryan is. Check this out. Yeah, he was the pitcher for the Rangers. That's an awesome card right there. Kirby Puckett. He was the outfield for Twins. Yep. I just wonder if like some of these cards would probably be worth more by themselves than the whole actual pack. Will Clark. Everybody knows Will Clark. First base for the Giants. Let's see. Ricky Henderson. I don't know if I still have it, but I had a poster of him, a huge poster, outfield for the Athletics. Yep, sure did. Jose Canseco, outfield for the Athletics. That's cool. I remember when him and Mark McGwire went head and head for like home run or whatever. I can't remember who won that. Anyway, Cal Ripken. Oops, sorry about that. That was my bad. I'm getting all lopsided. Sorry, me and my big feet. Anyway, God. There. All right. Anyway, sorry. Cal Ripken messed it all up. Shortstop for the Orioles. Right. Let's see. Mark McGwire. Look how young he looked. It's like his rookie card. First base Athletics. He played for, the A's. Wade Boggs. That's cool. Third base for Red Sox. Tony Gwynn. Outfield for Padres. And I think that is the whole deck right there for the Kmart deck. So very nice deck. Yeah, put that to the side. All right. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you are a sports fan, basically, um, I would like to sell all these. Once again, I don't know a whole lot about how much they're worth or anything. But you can always give me a figure. You know, what's the worst I can say is no, right? Anyway, all right. So I believe these next ones are kind of like a mix. So we'll just start up here. Steve Carlton. At least it's a Topps card. Um, Now this one might have a little bit of bend in it, but he probably ain't worth nothing anyway. No offense, but yeah. Some of these are probably, they're not even $1. I would guess. I don't know. Bert Blyleven, I guess. 11. What a weird name. Very strange. Carney Lansford. Now, if you do see something in here that catches your eye, let me know. Let's see, Todd Worrell. Just don't, just be honest. Don't be dishonest, because I will do my research. Danny Jackson. Anytime before I sell something, if I post something for sale, um, and and somebody's intrigued by it, and they want it or whatever. But what I do is I go do my research and I find out what it's worth. But let's say it's worth $100. I'm just putting it out there. But I wouldn't sell it for that. I might even sell it for half that. So, but anyway, just saying. Johnny Ray. Yeah. Here's a Nolan Ryan. Greg Olson. Bazooka gun. Used to chew that stuff all the time when I was a kid. Vince Coleman. Another bazooka gun. Yeah, I'd say them two, they go in the same pack, looks like. Moving on. Wow, I didn't even know this was in here. This is a Nolan Ryan pin. Very cool. Like you can stand it up. That hadn't even been bent, I don't think. Or maybe it has just a little bit. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, dude, you can set that thing up, man. Supposedly. So anyway, I don't want to play with it too much. But that's really cool. I like that. I've always liked that. Let's see what we got here. So these are like smaller cards. Ron Darling. Mm-hmm. Kevin Bass. That name sounds familiar to me. Come on. Gary Carter. Dwight Evans. Tom Browning. And these always are obviously a pack. Uh, or Oral Hershiser. What a name. Me. I am a good reader, y'all. Jimmy Key. Mm-hmm. Juan Samuel. All right. I'm going to stick with those. Mark Langston. Let's see. Bill Doran. Bruce Hurst. Ricky Henderson. Everybody knows Ricky Henderson, man. Yeah. He for the Yankees. Babe Ruth. So what this is, it's a 1993 reprint. Still cool though. And I just remembered in the back of this, I've got some that haven't even been opened. And I don't know if I want to open them because there might be something valuable. Maybe. Carlton Fisk. Reprint of Ty Cobb. Let's see. Can we find a date for the reprint? I don't see nothing. Well, anyway, good luck finding the year on that. Moving on. So, don't ask. But I've got. Let's see. Pat Cloudy. I have so many copies of this card. I don't know why. 1994. Dude, Just like grabbed the whole stack. I don't even remember getting that. I was a kid. Oh me. Anyway. So this one is interesting. Bobby Bonilla. Bonilla? Well, I think it's Bonilla. Anyway, you're supposed to pull this tab, and I believe he comes up, but it has not been pulled or anything. I have not messed with it. It's supposed to be like a three-dimensional uh, card, I guess, or I don't know. Anyway, I have not messed with it. I just bought it and put it in the sleeve, and that was it. Now, this one is sealed. It's got a Joe Carter. You can actually see through it. Joe Carter, um, the Blue Jays, and I'm not sure. Well, it might also be like one of those pop up cards, but anyway, it's sealed. I want to say that's the only card in there, but it is kind of thick. So, moving on. Nothing to see here. Kirby Puckett. And it's sealed. It's been sealed since '93. I actually, honestly, I did not realize I had so many sealed cards because usually when I get them, I open them up. But those I will not open. Anyway, Oriole leaders, Baltimore Orioles. Okay. Okay, before we get into, oh, wait a minute, I got one baseball here. Before I get into baseball, though, I got football and basketball, but I'm gonna go through all the baseball first. This is Roberto Kelly. Very nice card. All right, so let me yeah, everybody knows those old football cards with the orange backing to them. We'll circle back around to these basketball ones. I didn't even have Garbage Show Kids. I forgot all about that. By the way, I know someone who has a full set of Garbage Pail Kids, original Garbage Pail Kids. If you are interested in buying them, let me know. Very expensive set. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Baseball. So these were bought back in '93. Probably not worth anything. But the fact remains that they are unopened. So, yeah. But I've learned that with a lot of things, if you have reprints of anything, it's probably not going to be worth a lot. So, sorry for all the stupid background noise, all the birds. It's really annoying. Check out how small this little card is. it's it's Eddie Murray. Let's see if we can get him in there. There we go. Let's see. It's a Cracker Jack card. 100 years from now, it'll be worth something. Pass it down to your grandkids. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Do I got any more? These I done opened. Just making sure I don't have any more baseballs. Bear with me 1 second. Get all this stuff out here. All this stuff. Too much stuff. Man, I tell you what, I was into collecting everything back in the day. Thanks to my dad. He's like, hey, you start collecting that. Okay. So that is all of the baseball. All right. So now we will move on to basketball. Yeah. All right. Let's start off big time. Here we go. A sealed plastic Magic Words on Jordan. Fortunately, it's got a crack on the back of it, but anyway. It's all right though. But yeah, that's a cool card. Man, I paid a lot of money for that back in the day. I don't remember how much it was, but I remember paying a lot. Sealed 92-93 NBA basketball 15 card pack. I mean, you never know, dude. Those, dude, in the 90s like that, that was like, seemed like the best time to watch basketball. Yeah. Very cool. All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, I missed the baseball. Bobby Bonilla. Was that like a pog or something? I don't know. Yeah, we'll just put that inside. Anyway. All right. So these are, I think these are like pop ups or something. Not really sure. They got Isaiah Ryder, Jamal Mashburn, Thomas Hill, and George Lynch, Alonzo Mourning, and Chris Mills. I got two of those. Another Thomas Hill and George Lynch, and another Isaiah and Jamal. Okay. Let's put that somewhere up there. Bear with me 1 second. Okay. Skip the garbage pail, kids. Karl Malone. Now these are this is a whole set here. They are the Fleer 93-94 mint condition. So, oh, I'm Karl Malone. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Clyde Drexler. Yeah, these are very cool cards. I don't even know if anybody even collects sports cards anymore, unless it's like super, super old, whatever. Blackman, Rolando Blackman. John Concock. Concac? I don't know. James Worthy. Everybody knows James. It's a cool card. Now, if you see like one of these cards, you're like, hey, I want that card right there. When it comes to the sets, you'll have to buy the whole set, unfortunately. But I mean, it doesn't mean that it'd be expensive either. So, Derek McKee. I was going to do like one of them live eBay sales or whatever, but a lot of times that's a waste of time and money. Kevin Gamble. Looks like I got some miscellaneous here. Michael Thompson, the Lakers. Yeah, he's in a whole world by himself. Um, Christian Leitner. I'll never forget the time. I think it was him that he won the Duke. Was it Duke and Carolina or Duke and State game where he turned around and hit the shot at the 3 point? I mean, at the free throw line, the free throw line. I can't even talk. Uh, Free throw line. Anyway, yeah. Um, yeah, that was awesome. I remember watching that live. Karl Malone. Oh, I'm Karl Malone. I don't know why, but I've got a football guy here by himself. We'll come back to that. Why are you there? Why are you the way you are? Uh, Chuck Person. Hmm? Uh, Dikembe Mutombo. Vinny Del Negro. It's Vinny. Brad LaHouse. Andrew Lang. LeBradford Smith. That's where he's got two last names. Seems like. Scottie Pippen. Everybody knows Scottie. Sorry, I keep hitting my camera there. If anything, I would say this card is probably worth more than all of them. But I'm just going on a limb there. I don't really know. Back in the day, I would say it probably is. I don't know about now. Larry Chris. Oh, Larry Kristowak. Okay. Danny Ferry. All right. I know I probably should have these like in order of like their number or something. I'm sorry. Anyway. Dan Majuro. Doc Rivers, Cliff Robinson. You know, I almost feel like I need to be wearing gloves to handle these. But anyway, my hands are clean though. Ronnie Sakali, Scott Brooks. All right, so this is um, it's a checklist, NBA basketball checklist. Hmm. That supposedly goes into this whole collection here. Shawn Kemp. Everybody knows Shawn Kemp. Rick Fox. You know, I really wish that I could get back into the swing of things as far as, you know, the way I was when I was like 12, 13 years old. I was so into sports and everything. And I don't know, it's like the women came along and I was done. No, seriously though, I don't know. I just something I just grew out of. But I used to go to the games and all that, the basketball games, the baseball games, and all that. Everything just changed. Yeah. Dad probably had a lot to do with it. Me and him, we used to go everywhere together like that. Let's see, Luke Longley. Dad died back in 2020. He was 90 years old though. I mean, you know, he was up there, and he lived a pretty decent life, I'd say. Mark Macon. And by the way, I've been enjoying um, um, sharing, you know, all the stuff, cool stuff that I have. Mookie Blaylock. You know, all the collections I have and stuff like that. And you know, I really don't have you know, anything that's like super worth anything. Super rare, yes. Super worth anything, not to my knowledge. Chris Mullin, Sean Elliott. But yeah, if you want to see my other stuff, you know, that I've posted for sale and whatnot, you know, check it out. I mean, I have like, if it's still on there, I have other trading cards, nothing to do with sports, nothing to do with Pokemon. Don't ask. Don't nothing to do with Magic the Gathering, anything like that. They're actually like uh, from movies and TV shows, believe it or not. But maybe I'll do a showing on them later on. J.R. Reed. Everybody knows J.R. But comic books, um, I can't even remember all the stuff. But anyway, check out my other videos. Tim Perry, Larry Stewart, Charles Oakley, Buck Williams. Oops, sorry, getting ahead of myself. Wait 1 second. I'm not even sure if y'all can even hear me. But we'll find out. um, Ronnie Scully. Didn't I just show you all this? Hang on a second. I know I'm not seeing things. Where's it at? Okay, my mind's playing tricks on me. I know I put that card down. Wow. So I wonder if I have. Oh, okay. So apparently, I didn't know this. I'm sorry. I've got 2 different decks because he's in here twice, and I would never ever buy the same card twice. So it had to come in a deck. Interesting. Hmm. Okay, so we'll put those down there. Anyway, moving on. Nigel Knight, if I said that right, or is it Nigel Knight? I don't know. Mario Ellie. Sorry for any background noise. Bear with me 1 second. Okay. Moving on. Sorry. Stanley Roberts. I know. A lot of these people are like, you're like, who? Another checkoff list. Cliff Robinson. Doc Rivers, which I think we already seen once already. Could be a different one. Dan Majurl. I know I've seen that one too. I do apologize that if I know I'm not showing you like it's like I bought 2 decks, 2 deck of cards, and there's some of the same dudes in there, but they are 2 different decks though. Anyway, Chucky Brown. Dwayne Caldwell. Hakeem Olajuwon. Ooh, this one's a little hard to read. Derek Harper. Donald Royal. Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder like where all these guys are at now. Like how many of them are probably dead, or just probably just chilling. Alvin Robertson. I tell you what, stay tuned. I'll be right back.